All right, welcome back to another episode of the Kitchen Table Podcast where business gets done. I'm your host, Ken Baden, and today we're in studio with MJ Maryori Jones of Ave, which is the English pronunciation, or Ave, which is the Spanish pronunciation of your clothing brand.
Yes.
Did I nail that?
Yes, you did.
I did. First try, too. No second takes.
You did great. Yes. So, do you want me to speak more about it?
Yeah, go on. Come on. You're our guest. Tell us about, first of all, do you mind if I ask how old you are?
Yes, of course. I am 30.
Okay. You look, I thought maybe a lot younger than that. So I was like, that's pretty impressive. It's still impressive at 30, but, how did you come to, tell us the story of Ave. How did that even come to be?
Ave. Okay, let me talk
Or
to you.
Ave, I don't know. You know what I mean? Whatever. I feel like saying Ave is like not nearly as cool as Ave. Is it supposed to be Ave?
So it is Ave. It's actually it started, I'm Latina, so it started as an Ave, which represents Agua Viva Empire. Okay. And it's a whole representation of my faith, and it grows back to my faith. But everything started since I was young. I was very young, and, the life that I've had has created and molded the person that I am and my character. I think that I wanted to create something different. I wanted to do something different than what now is being projected into society. So I'm trying to go the other way, as in in ways that we're not just by just appearing what we look in all the outside areas, but mostly inward in our hearts and in our characters and all that. So how my character is, and I always go based on people try to see better in them, like the way they are, their hearts, and how they,
So it sounds like, if I'm hearing you right, you were wanting to create a clothing brand that not only represented your faith, but, and the way I received this is a lot of clothing brands, especially because this is like athletic apparel, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that was the gym connection, because I kept saying you were a gym owner, but yes. I also didn't get any sleep last night, so if I just completely zone off, it's the newborn's fault. She's not really a newborn anymore, right? 5 months, that's not newborn. She's getting old. It is still newborn? Yes. Oh, she's still a newborn. See, what do I know? I just exist. She just sleeps on me when she's tired. And then I can't actually sleep, because I guess that's a big no-no. So I just have to kind of like sit there and be half asleep. But even that's a no-no. So I'm breaking all the rules. But the way I kind of received that is, I don't know, man. I don't know how else to say this other than like, there's a certain look that people present when they're in the gym. And it can be, it's super sexy. And I'm not saying that might not be what you're going for. But I want to ask you, like, are you trying to get away from that? Like, some of the apparel, like, is always designed to accentuate, like, bodies, men or women, like, and that could be little to nothing, or is it, like, about that? Like, you're trying to make sure that you don't just show off the outward appearance?
Right. It's more like being authentic, right? So in today's day...
Do you get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean? Like, is it, like, or do you have that in the apparel, but it's more like not just representing that? That's what I'm trying to get at.
So there's a mixture. I understand what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
I get what you're saying. No, but what I mean by, the inward appearance also, we are a more than as a woman. And I'm saying this as a woman because that's what my brand is. It's for women.
Okay, I was going to say it's just strictly women.
It's strictly women. It's not for men. But this is mostly for women, which and this idea came the moment that I gave birth to my son. My son is about to be 10 years old, and when coming from a background that I was raised with boys, all boys. So coming from a background that, you were supposed to be very tough. You were supposed to be a very tough individual in the way that the men are with you as like brothers and sisters. They always like try to, rough edges and stuff. Creates a thing in you that you you grow into what you really are. You know, we change. There is different parts in our lives that we change, and we have to grow into the new character, into the new season and everything, right? But I think the toughest part was changing from being a single young woman to having a full newborn baby. And your whole body changes. And then your body changes and everything else in your mind goes off. So you are literally in your mind about everything. Your body is not the same. Your mind is not the same. Now your character is, it changes. So everything in your life is upside down. So it's an amazing thing for a woman to be able to create life, right? But we don't speak of all the things that happen after, and how that takes
right now.
And it takes a big toll on a woman. But then you see the outside world like, oh, this is an amazing thing, this and that, but they don't talk about what actually is going on, what reality is. And that's what I'm here. We are women, we create life. We are creatures that we were born to build something, to create, right? And that's what I represent. That's what my brand represents, because I had to pull myself from there and find my identity after that. Because you go through a very hard time after having a child, and it's like, what am I doing now? Like, my whole life revolves around a child, and now it's like, you have to take care of that individual more than you take care of yourself. And then there is times that you lose yourself, So me having this was able to bring myself back to who I am, who I am. And this brings me back to my walk with Christ, which is I am a daughter of Christ. And then through all things, I represent him. And in everything, I am him. So that helped me a lot coming into this new person that I am now as a mother, right? So in that time, at that time, it was a great thing to pull myself out and know that there's so much more.
Your faith helped you there, I'm assuming, when you were going through being a new single mom. Is that what you said?
No, I'm glad I wasn't a single mother, but
I think I just missed it. I thought you said single.
Like coming from singleness, like being a all party girl, having all that
single
time,
lifestyle to like now being a
having
mom.
All that, time for yourself, that you're able to do whatever you want to do. You have all that time of the world to be able to go out, spend some time with friends, go to the gym, wherever you want. But now when you're a mother, you're like,
Would you say that Ave is, I know it's for women, is it for women, I guess, not, like, is it for women and for mothers, or like specifically for mothers, or?
No, so this Ave is, it's a mix of everything. Ave is a, for all types, it's for your mom, for your daughter, for all types of women. There is no, tag on here to tag into it, but it's for everybody.
Would you say that being a mom or having your baby is what inspired you to create?
It did. I think after you create life, you want to create more things.
Yeah, just trying to draw the connection as to like how long ago did you start the brand?
It was in my mind for a very long time. I was unable to create it until this past year.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so it's been in there, but not really.
I get it. You haven't been able to put it to fruition yet. Yeah. Well, now, but yes. You had 9 years where you knew you wanted to do it, but okay, so you have your son going through the battle, and I know exactly what you're talking. I can't relate, but like I watch my wife, who's very fit and cares about how she looks, which is an attractive quality to me. And I know that, so I know she's going through, I think she looks great, but she's still, to her, it's like, I'm not what I was.
Yeah.
And I see like the changes she's made already. I'm like, you can get better than where you were before, because she barely even had to work out. Now she's like working out and doing this stuff. So I truly think, and you look great, you know what I mean? So like, I think she's going to just knock it out of the park. But I can say that it doesn't, I don't know how much it makes her feel better right now. And so I get, you know, I see all these influencers now on my page. All I see are women influencers who've had kids because I'm looking up exercises and stuff for her. Oh. And they look great. And some of them do show like, hey, well, here's where I was right away. Yeah. And I mean... But
it takes time, you know? It takes a lot of time and patience and...
Yeah, right. She's like 4 or 5 months. I'm like...
Yeah.
You look great for that. Like,
yeah.
And she's like, honestly, I think she's like a month, maybe 2 from being like in the best shape she's been in. If she really locks in. And I'm like, that's like 6, 7 months? That's pretty you know, damn good.
I will give you applause on that because you are supporting her. And that, you know, that support of you telling her, you know, you're doing a great job, you're doing this, that is an amazing thing for a woman. Not all women are, you know, blessed with that. Most women don't have that, you know, but...
I hope I'm doing good. I sometimes don't always say it the way I'm supposed to, like an idiot, because I don't know, I think men have that predisposition. We mean one thing, but it comes out in a different way. I hope I do. I think I do. But I'm trying to be supportive, but at the same token, for me, I'm like, why don't you just do this? Or I'll see it, I'm like, you look great. You're going to be, in 1 month, you'll be fine. She's like, reading things, telling her it's going to take her all this time. And I'm like...
Yeah.
You look like you're like 2 weeks away to me, but anyhow, I'm trying to be supportive, but I think I'm doing okay. But my point is, 9 years after you have your son, you go through all of that you women go through and just destroy your body, but also the hormones and all the depression, the things that you guys deal with and come back from that. And you said that you took inspiration from that to continue to create. But also I would imagine the battle of just what you have to go through. I mean, did you put that into Ave as well? Or like, you know, would you say that helped kind of, I don't know, frame what Ave would become?
So yes, it kind of framed what Ave is because, let me explain it how.
Because it's your relationship with your higher power, right? Or
yes.
And that's something that you said was integral in getting you through that moment, right?
Correct, yes.
So that's kind of, to me, how the whole thing ties together.
Right.
At least in my mind. Am I hitting the story right?
Right, yes.
Okay.
And as soon as I create that, right, you know, when I created it, it was also to, you know, a kind of like just a reminder, you know, that we're all in different stages. It's just being able to understand that we are in different seasons, and some seasons are going to take the worst of us, but just to continue, you know, a mom has so many things that deals with, you know, and women are strong. Women are very relentless. We're very strong. We really do have a lot to give, and we give the most that we can, you know. But we also, you know, sometimes this whole comparison, and I have to look a certain way, and I have to look like her, and I have to be like her. And you see social media, and you go hours and scrolling, and you start comparing yourself with other individuals, and you might see what their social media looks, but their lives do not look the same. They're having like the worst time. You have no idea what you can go online and scroll around and see, you know, that's not what they really...
yeah, social media is just a bunch of...
Correct.
And they're only getting the best parts.
Right. And then we have new generations coming in, and we have new young girls, you know, comparing themselves with this. Like, no, everybody has their authenticity. Everybody has different. God has given us all different, you know, body shapes. Everybody has more than others. Other have less than other ones, you know, and it's all based on, you know, you are perfect like that. You know, you have to love yourself before. And I always say this, and this comes from me, you have to learn to love yourself to be able to love other people. And
I love that line. Would you say, now I feel like I'm grasping what you're talking about as far as like what I was asking you in the beginning. So like, does Ave make athletic apparel for women of like all body types?
Yes.
All right, that makes a lot more sense, because typically what you see is like for one. You know what I mean? Like the super fit, you know, daily lifter that wears like a crop top and bike shorts. You know what I mean? And that's just hitting the squat rack. And the same thing for men would be like a tank. And I don't know, like what Sean wears or something, like skin tight, like that accentuates all the muscles and everything. Well, not everybody has that. You know what I mean? So I totally get that. Makes way more sense. Are you wearing Ave right now?
I am.
I
Yes,
figured
I'm
as
wearing
much.
one.
Yeah, okay. Right on.
So is Kaylee.
So is Kaylee?
Yeah.
Right on.
She looks good on that.
I was going to say, do you
No,
have
there's
there's other colors than black, I would imagine, right?
Yes.
Okay. You just happen to be wearing the same one. Okay. I figured as much, but I'm like, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's a brand or something or a thing.
No.
Maybe we're going with the Catholic nun look. I don't know. So you've got athletic gear for women and I guess you guys probably connected at the gym, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay, so that's cool. So we have a couple people in our circle now that have clothing brands. Good Vibes Only, his as well. So where do you sell Ave?
We have our website. So it's going to be Ave Sportwear.us. You can purchase it from there. It's online. We only have an online store right now. Yeah, that's the only place that we're able to
Yeah, that makes sense. That's most. I mean, to get a storefront, I don't know if people do that anymore as much.
No.
I mean, you'd have to really. I like storefronts, but I feel like a lot of the storefronts, a lot of the generations that you're probably, people just get so used to doing that online shopping. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, it's good. I like online shopping.
Yeah.
Too. When it's
I hate it because I got a
can't.
weird my body type. Although I went into shout out to State and Liberty, like that's why I got all this on, because I went there. And they make those like stretch suits for athletes. I put a jacket on and I don't have to have any of it altered. I've never had to, like, remember how he said I'm like a 12-inch drop? I couldn't believe that. I put it on. I was like, dude, this actually fits. He was like, because we make these for like people with your frame. So like I found one store where I could buy a jacket and I don't have to have it altered at all.
That's good.
I mean, I'm built like Johnny Bravo, so.
I'm very tall too, so. I have issues too with finding stuff that are kind of like my length.
But you've got, I'm imagining your brand's no problem.
Yeah, no
My
problem.
wife's super short, so like, would that be? She's probably not, to me, she's short, but.
No, we have leggings.
Yeah.
We have a little bit for everybody.
So a little bit of something for everybody.
Yes.
So if the women like to wear the more form-fitting stuff, you got that too?
We do.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're more to the black side and you like all black, we do have that. If you're more pinkish and you like, if you're more girly, we have that too. If you're more build and you want your back formed and everything, we have that too.
Yeah. Okay. So, right on. So you're truly for all body types. All right. I get it. That makes way more sense. So it's like, makes me think of like, well, Lulu is really only going to cater to like one type of fit, but with more options, I guess,
Right.
So that's dope, man. So how you've been doing this for about a year now? Do you do anything else? Is this full time for you yet? Or are you trying to get it full time?
This has been a full time for me for
Heck
this. Yeah, because I also have other stuff going on for hair products and stuff. So
you're true blue entrepreneur then.
Yeah. Yes. So.
Well, that's the whole nexus of this show is entrepreneurs and people who build and do things like that. So, I mean, would you say that the Ave is like the main?
Yeah, so that Ave is the sportwear is the main one. I've always been, let me share something with you. I've always been an entrepreneur even when I was young. From my country, I am from Latino America.
An introvert, is that what you said?
Entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur. Okay.
Sorry.
I was like, an introvert.
That's my
okay.
accent.
No, it's okay. All right. I love it. It's cool.
Yeah,
but entrepreneur. I got it.
Yes.
Got it.
So, coming from a country that is very, it's very poor.
Which country is that?
With Mexico.
Okay.
So, it's a very, how can I explain this? You learn to survive. You learn to make things happen. I was brought from Honduras to Mexico, from Mexico to Honduras, and my mom is Honduran. So, I will be 6 years old and I'll be selling little bags of fruits in, little here and there. And And I will make, I was 6 years old and already making money to be able to, to help my parents and stuff, and to be able to survive in a country like that. So, that's been in me my whole life.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I don't think we appreciate that enough here, or we have that here. Like that version of that's like mowing lawns or something, and that seems to be lost on. Like the generations coming up, man, here in America are just so, I don't know.
There's so much openings, and there's not a lot of people,
that are willing to take it.
Exactly. So.
That's why I always say, man, like the people that I know that are like first generation or from other countries that like come here, they like appreciate the opportunities that we have or recognize them more than like the people that are born here. It just blows me away. And maybe it's because like my background is different than some people that are from here, and that like I've had to rebuild my life a few times. So I'm aware of what is available even at like 30 years old and having to restart your life all over again for like the 5th time. More than maybe like a young kid or somebody that's here that's never had to fight for anything, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it drives me nuts when they're like bashing, like, dude, there's nothing perfect about this place. Trust me, the government, don't even get me started. But still, the opportunities that are here, man, like, don't tell me they're not here.
Exactly.
Because you're living proof, Sean's living proof. I mean, and if you really want to take it, my buddy's dad, the car guys, man, Ash, he's an entrepreneur. His dad's an entrepreneur. It's like they all grab a hold and I think a lot of it's because of like where you come from and what you've done to hustle, that hustle spirit, and then like you apply that here and it can really take you far.
Yes, it's like you say, it's a hunger. You are hungry, and most of the generation is just not hungry enough.
No.
It's very complacent. Like they're just okay with what they get.
Yeah.
And they don't want more. And
which is crazy.
I think it's like we know the worst. We have come from the lowest of the lowest. So, we know that what the lowest is. So you hit rock bottom. You know how to stand up. You know how to make it.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing to know that, you know what, sometimes I'm gonna mess up and something's gonna happen, but I'm sure that I'm gonna stand up and continue.
That's a good point. I know how to live with nothing, so like I'm not afraid to do it.
Exactly.
Maybe that's some of my stuff too, because it's exactly where I've been. You know what I mean? Like I say, okay, what if the worst case scenario happens? Well, I've been there before a couple times, so I know I'll be all right. What's next for? What's the future look like for Ave?
We're trying to expand. We are military, so we're trying to expand in different states as we move on. We're trying to keep. I love Maryland, honestly.
You're military?
We're military. My husband and I are military.
Okay. You guys have to. I think I heard that when I was coming in. So you guys are moving soon?
Yes, we'll be shipped out soon. Just like our contract is over pretty soon. So we're going to be in the Chicago area. Which I'm not mad at that either. I love this because I was traveling and I was meeting new people, amazing people, and seeing different types of ethnicities and cultures and all that. So I love it. But we are moving to Chicago area, and from there, that's going to be our main center of operations. Ave, we are looking we want to expand. And we want to grow, and that's what we're aiming at to grow. Yeah.
And that'll be online anyhow. So I mean, unless you do a storefront there, but it's not going to stop you.
Exactly.
So you'll just meet more people. So that's awesome. So while you're still here in the Maryland area, or when you watch this, even if you're gone, go to the website that you listed. We'll make sure we put it in the show notes as well. And support an awesome brand, man. Military too. So you got to make sure you mention that. Military, faith-based. There's not a lot of that you get a chance to support, so I would strongly recommend if you're a woman and you're into looking for athletic gear, check out Ave. Thank you so much, MJ, for coming on.
No, thank you so much.
And I guess I would say we'll have to have you back on maybe when you come and visit Maryland, but it sounds like you're going to Chicago soon. So
no, we'll be coming back. I've actually, I love this too. They have actually been amazing people. And we're sure we'll come back. And
Cool.
I appreciate you for taking the time to.
Of course, yeah,
give us-
absolutely. I've enjoyed it. This has been awesome. We don't have enough women on the show, so I love it. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, you and your husband. Is it you or your husband for his service? Regardless, thank you both. Make sure you guys check it out. Make sure you support. It's a good brand, man. Like we don't get a chance to like promote both faith-based and military. You know, military is one thing, but both, that's a rare connection. So, and people don't talk about it. So I think it's dope that you do. So make sure you guys support it. And again, we'll put the website on there. And we'll have to check in. Maybe we'll do a virtual and just check in when it blows up. Because I'm hoping and I'm sure that it will here soon. So we'll just have to do an update like 6 months to a year from now and just see where you guys are at.
That'd be great. Yes.
Cool.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
We'll catch you on the next one.